first of all, happy Friday, August 7th, 2026 to you. If you're waking up and joining me, it's good to see you. How are you? I'm Loud Italian, and I wanted to talk to you today about back to school, right? It's that time, it's that unusual time to come back. And by the way, parents, if you guys want to make an impact with your child, I went into my Target today, and they have some really cool stuff. I was able to secure my Pikachu for my Halloween costume this year. I wasn't planning on spending $300, but here we are. Now I things for my kids, and I had to scoop up a couple things for myself, because it's not going to be here for long. So I had to take advantage of the opportunity. Um, Back to school, right? I'm actually sitting in a parking lot where I would normally shop for my kids and stuff, but my wife, she's the one that usually shops for the kids. So I have my notes. It's good to see you. How are you? There's actually a person, I won't mention any names, but there's someone who I talked to yesterday, IRL, that wanted me to kind of cover this. So here I am. Back to school, school shopping, develop a positive attitude for when you have homework. Just a general sense of a positive attitude while going to school. Elementary school, high school, college, right? I mean, I've done it. I've done all three of them. I completed all three of them. So I wanted to cover that, right? I'm doing what I can not to say the word right. I'm doing what I can to cover this, YouTube. It's good to see you. How are you? How you doing today? Let me know in the chat. How are you? Are you ready to go back to school? Are you ready to go see your friends? Are you ready to learn? Like, how do I develop that positive attitude? I'm gonna have to do this. It's kind of like your version of work when you're a child. So I'm gonna help parents also. I'm a parent, and I have a son that's going into grade, and my daughter's going into the second grade. One of them's pursuing cross country. The other one's pursuing soccer. So they're athletes and stuff, and they're really good at their sport. So I hope that they do great. How are you? Are you dreading the school? Are you excited to go back? Are you? Let me know how you're feeling in the comments below. How you doing out there, YouTube? How are you? From one parent to another. From one parent to another. I have a lot of people in the audience who I who I help on my channel, that are parent age, elementary school kid age and stuff. So how you doing out there? This is what we're doing. This is what I wanted to cover. And I was recommended. Someone was like, "Hey, I got something for you to talk about in your video next time, your live stream next time. Talk about school and that sort of thing." So here I am. I'm gonna be talking about that. And I brought my coffee from home. I'm sitting in the parking lot. I didn't think I was gonna. I was gonna go. I didn't even go in for what I wanted to buy. I was gonna buy pens and paper, and then I walk out with like a cool like Pokemon controller, a Pikachu to complete my master Pokemon trainer costume play for Halloween. So I'm gonna be in my warehouse as a Pokemon trainer for Halloween this year. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I am. I even have the Ash Ketchum hat, so I'm representing. I'm representing. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. So, and my kids are gonna be excited because I did scoop up a couple things for them. So, parent that pays attention. So they give me something, I'm gonna give them something in turn. Back to school, the school shopping and that sort of thing, right? Like we remember as kids where we didn't have options. We didn't have online. We didn't have order online and then pick up the, we didn't have curbside deliveries and stuff. We were old school. We went inside the store. We would have to use magazines to find, we didn't have internet and stuff. We didn't have the internet. So we went to the store. We before, we would get like a list from the teacher, right? And then we would take that list inside the store. We would drive to the store, and then we would, like, multiple stores too, right? Or we would go to the mall and we would get something. Hey, Stella, it's good to see you. 895, how are you? Talking about back to school. How are you? Hospital secret agent. I do believe you're new. It's good to see you. Loud Italian here. Hopefully you enjoy this content. Not trying to waste your time. I'm trying to stay organized. I do have notes here, and it's appropriate because we have to take notes through school and stuff, right? So here we are. It's good to see you. And I grew up. I grew up in a my parents kind of did the best they could, but like I got a lot of generic. Oh, I got to turn off my car. There we go. My car was on. I had to. I had to get a bunch of like generic clothes and stuff, and like a generic backpack. Um, he this the luxury to like get something, and I didn't have the luxury of getting something ordered to you. My wife is the one that usually takes care of all the school shopping and stuff. But I think as the years go on, I'm gonna be, and I'm more of a brand sensitive person. Anyone out there, anyone out there who have brand or are sensitive to brands or brand sensitivity, I think you only truly develop that if you grew up without it, and then you to it. Like these are the brands that I grew up with, right? I grew up with Reebok and Starter and Nike and Jinko and but the thing is that I would always be rocking the Pro Wing, the Champion, the Everlast, and the Fila, or some shoe that was like kind of like the other. They weren't quite. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Gonna be breaking into the 150 soon. I'm excited. You should be got a lot of good stuff coming. Got a lot of stuff good coming. I'm so excited about the future of the channel. I want to cover more stuff. I want to share so much with you right now, but I have to stay on track, right? I have to get to work. I have to leave. I was gonna do this in my work parking lot, but I ended up doing in the parking lot. I didn't even get the stuff I wanted to buy because I was like, I'm gonna go to the toy section and see what they got, right? I still kind of do that as a parent. Even though I'm like, I wonder what they got, because I'm like, I'm a content creator. I'm a grown adults are collecting Pokemon trainer for Halloween this year. In October, I'm gonna go on my live stream, and I think what I'm gonna do is I will live stream the whole Halloween thing with my kids. Would you guys be interested in seeing that? I just came up with that idea now, so you're helping me come up with the great stuff. Right? I think that's brilliant to have like a selfie stick on, to have my camera on, and then you go out an adventure with because like where my kids go Halloween shopping, where they go trick or treating is in a neighborhood where it's like they see all their friends and they have teachers that live on the same block, and they kind of close it down. There's no cars that come through during these certain hours, and it's a safe environment, and they like walk down the street, sea of kids. There's just like a wave, a sea, an ocean of kids that are just spilling out all over the right? We all meet at certain locations, and then we kind of break out, and then in our parties, and then we just kind of head out. They're gonna have radios, I think, this time. We have radios, so if someone gets separated, we could always meet up at a landmark or something. You know how we used to do that? We would like get together. We would come up with some sort of like plan, like, okay, you're gonna go here, you're gonna go there, we're gonna come back. That sort of deal. We kind of do that with department stores and stuff. That's how we used to do it. Now people are doing deliveries and curbside pickups and all this. I like to go in the store. I still do that. I'm old school in that way, And if they don't have it, that's fine. I want to be disappointed the old-fashioned way. I'll just come back next time, or maybe go to a different place. Who knows? Um, so let's yeah. So that's kind of how I, and then my kids, they're all about, and I'm kind of going back and forth here, but my kids, my wife is the one that normally does the shopping, like I was saying. I'm more brand sensitive, so I think as the kids get older, I will be taking them to maybe, like a shoe store like I go to, or maybe the mall. My son has my wife's feet, the long, slender feet. He's going to be able to wear whatever shoe he wants. So eventually he's going to have some nicer shoes, and I want him to be able to take care of those shoes, have some responsibility, maybe clean them, that sort of deal. So they stay nice, because they're going to be expensive. And I want, as long as he takes care of that, I'm all right. And I know how important it is for a child to fit in. I know how important it is for a child to find their group, like, because we're social creatures and stuff. And I'm able to, with the schooling and the knowledge and the curiosity that I have, and the willingness to always be a student and always learn. I never say I'm a master of anything. I'm always learning. I'm a student myself. Maybe not in terms of like actual student, like literally in literal terms, but figuratively I am. I try to read. I try to experience podcasts and things. So I'm trying to learn, and I'm trying to teach that to my kids, to develop the curiosity, to ask questions, have a curious mind. That's what it's all about. Um, so, my daughter, she has the JanSport backpack, and I want her to take care of that. My son, he's got he's into he's like in Red and Spider-Man, and he drew he took like marker or whatever, and he put like a little Spider-Man logo on his chest, and he's like, that's why he did like that back. He was like teaching us how to do the side flip. And I pre-approved his video, because he did his first YouTube video on my channel. So I have to like watch the videos to make sure they're safe and they're quality. Then I'll post it if it is. So yeah, he's getting into that. It's exciting to see what he's going to come up with in the future. Who knows? The opportunities are there. They're endless. They're boundless. Only sky's the limit. So I support them. I'm proud of them. And proud dad. So yeah, and it's like, it's important. Like when you go to the store and you're going to buy something for your child, you're going to go with your child. It's kind of a different setup there. There's got to be a plan, like expectations. We kind of reason with the child. Like I hear all day long, do you like this? Do you like that? I was like, I mean, I'm like, I know what my kids like. Do you know what your kids like? And if you don't know what your kids like, why? You got to ask them. You got to be present. You got to be present in that child's life. I'm the one that helps my kids out with homework. I like doing that. It's going to happen, and they see their dad who likes to who enjoys to do homework, and eventually they're going to be in like chemistries and biologies and like these math classes, the advanced math classes stuff. Eventually they're going to be teaching me. So I'm very weak on the algebra 2, geometry, trigonometry, and I never got to calculus. I didn't have to, but I would like to learn that stuff just to know it, just to be able to for my kids to teach me. And that's kind of how it is. That's what I'm looking forward to. So, when it's time for them to get that graphing calculator, I know what calculator is the best. It's the Texas Instruments Silver Plus graphing calculator, the 86 when I went to school. I'm sure there's something better. I think you get the ND89, the Texas Instrument, the TI-86 or TI-89 graphing calculators are the best calculators, and they last for years. The only disadvantage of that calculator, YouTube, is that there's 6 batteries that go into that thing. It's a beast. It's a beast. But it has like a case that you slide up off of, and you slide it down on the back. It's got a function key in there. There's like a nice index card. It's like a glossy finish. Kind of has a shimmer to it when you look at it. It's fantastic. It has that like non-slip. So if you have it on a side easel or a table, right? And it doesn't slide down on you, it's fantastic. I love that sort of thing. Texas Instrument TI-86 or the Texas Instrument TI-89 graphing calculators, they'll take care of you. Take care of you. I still love using them. I have my Silver Plus. That calculator actually might go to my kids. Who knows? So that'd be awesome for them to take it. The next generation, they take it. We're 16 minutes in. There's 24 people in here. There's 4 likes. I got a subscription already. Thank you, YouTube. I'm Loud Italian. It's good to see you. What is this guy talking about? He's talking about back to school. He's talking about school shopping. He's talking about how to develop a positive attitude for homework, for school, right? We got to do this. Anyone going to school? I mean, my kids go back August 13th. My 2-year school, one of my favorite schools, August 22nd, and then the college university, that's like an hour and a half from here, is the 31st. Oh, Iris is in the house. Y2N22. It's good to see you. How are you? Hey, we're talking about school. We're talking about back to school, right? And do you like that little piece? Because I found that the title was like over. When you write a title that's too long, YouTube is like they kind of yell at you and they're like, you got to back it up. You got to delete some letters. So it ends up going under less than or equal to 100 characters. So yeah, so it's like I had to get clever there. Good thing I'm creative. Good thing I'm creative. So hey, I thought about doing a live stream this year for my kids, myself, my wife, for trick-or-treating. I don't know why, but let's talk about Stranger Things. You know what? As long as it's relatable to I would think I would see a lot of Vecnas, a lot of kids dressing up in Halloween for that. I'm gonna kids that at their school, like they have their hallways and stuff, and they have like little hooks on the outside of their classrooms, and that's where all the kids hang up their backpacks, and they get their binder out. Some of them forget. They get their lunch, right? And they go in there and they're all kind of nervous and excited. They're like holding on to you. I know the young ones do. I remember those days, right? Where your kid just death grips you, hangs onto your leg and doesn't want to let go, and you have to kind of peel them off of your body. And they're like, no, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. Even though we're like sad in a way, because we're like, this is the time that they separate from us. We gotta allow that to happen. You know, we gotta kind of pull back those tears a little bit when we can. It's all right to cry. My dad, he's a big crier, huge. He's a pro crier. He cries all the time, and I respect that about him. Got to be safe to cry. That's what therapists have said to me in the past. But yeah, the Crocs. I'm noticing some trends and some trend sensitivity too. I know there's a lot of the white socks, the long socks that go up to like the knee high. You know, the knee high socks or like the 3/4 socks. You know, and they've got the brand on there, like the Nike sock, and then they've got the Nike like the slip-on sandals or the Crocs. I've been noticing there's a lot of there's a lot of people wearing that sort of thing. I've noticed that sort of deal. So yeah. Let's see what else here. We got that done. You know, we're gonna go school shop. We're going school shopping, right? You got the pencils, you got the pens, you got the binders, the lunch pail, the laptop, the ruler, the paper, the backpack, the folder, the calculator. I would say the most important thing is backpack, and that's why I rock this backpack. I love backpacks. That's why agents in the Division wore backpacks. Any Tom Clancy fans out there? Come on, stay with me now, YouTube. I'm fired up. This is exciting stuff. But backpacks are important. There's a reason why those turtles have those magnificent shells, because it's a backpack for them. They keep stuff in there. They keep stuff in there, right? They do. I think they do. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, But backpacks are important. I got a North Face backpack. I picked this up for like $90. It's something that lasts for a long time. It doubled down as like, this is probably going to be my carry-on bag. This is a bag I take on travel with me. Um, there's a lot of parallels from like childhood to adulthood, I've noticed and stuff, right? Um, and it's like the kids' version of going to work. You gotta find a way to enjoy it. You gotta find a way to enjoy it. You're gonna be there. Let's make it count. Let's have it matter. Let's have it matter. And a lot of the kids look to the parents. So if they're not enthusiastic, if they're not with it, if they're not present, the child's not going to be. So we're moving into that. We're 21 minutes in. I'm kind of losing my voice here. I'm fired up. Had to drink some coffee. I brought my wife's UC Davis travel mug. She's an RN at she's a labor and delivery unit. So any parents out there that have kids, and they had a wonderful experience with their nurses and their in the birthing room and that sort of deal, the family room. It's super important. It's very special. It's very special. Um, and so how to develop that positive attitude, right? Well, it starts the night before. It does. It really does. It starts the night before. Non-negotiable is the quality of sleep, right? You got to be able to sleep. You got to be able to sleep in a cool room, generally dark. I like to have a fan on. No phones or tablets or screens of any kind within the last hour of sleep. They say not to eat about 2-3 hours before you go to sleep. My kids like to have lights on. They have lights on. They're big on that. I don't know if it's a little different from kids to adults, but quality sleep. A great day. You want to have the best day. You got to start the night before. It's non-negotiable. You got to get that quality of sleep. And when the child sees the parent do that and being consistent with what they say and they do, the child will follow. They look to us. You got to be present. And so you got to be prepared, right? And they say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You got to have a plan. Come up with that plan with your kid, right? The good communication and stuff. That's important, especially as they get older. It's going to set the tone. And it's going to be a positive one. You got to be consistent, right? I mention this a lot, but progress over perfection. There's no such thing as perfect. And I'm not a big fan of when people are like, that's perfect this, perfect that. No, there's no such thing as perfection. It's a lie. Perfect. The only thing it's theoretical. You can't get there. Closest way you can get to achieve perfection is by calling it excellence. And if you do excellence over a long period of time, the whole is equal to sum of its parts, you're going to be able to achieve that. So that's the closest thing. Consistent excellence equals perfection. That's what I say. I'm coughing a lot because I'm losing. I'm gonna have to get some electrolytes in here. And I am fasting, right? No surprise there. On 1/7, I was like, I weigh myself daily. It's kind of my accountability partner. I gotta get on the scale. I do it first thing in the morning, every morning. Consistent. Whatever you're doing, whatever's happening out there with the school or whatever, you gotta be consistent. Gotta be prepared, and you gotta get that quality sleep. Have expectations, lay it out, allow your child to have input, which leads me into the choices. Allow your child, excuse me, YouTube, allow your child to have choice. Choices are powerful. They're powerful message signals to us, right? Some choices they yield good results, and some don't. Uh, choices have consequences. I guess there's still smoke particulates in the air. I'm getting ash on my camera. I don't think it's just dust. I'm getting that catch in my throat. I talked about that yesterday. I live in California, and there's a lot of bad smoke, bad quality of air, poor quality air. It's like I'm riding around in a smoker's lungs today. It's terrible. It's terrible. Um, and so I wouldn't be out if I didn't have to be. But yeah, so choices matter. That's important. Um, and what else do we have here? We have that mindset, right? We got to meet the child where they are. You're a child, or you're a parent who has a child or children. They're gonna look to you. They're gonna fight you. They're gonna argue with you. They're gonna say nasty things. But when don't we do that too? When don't we fight and argue and say nasty things? We got to have what they call empathy, right? We got to have empathy. We got to be empathetic. We got to give them the benefit of the doubt. Meet them where they are. I wrestle with this as a father. I wrestle with this, and my kids today. My kids today, they were watching YouTube, and they have this like favorite person that they watch YouTube, and I wanted to say so much about it, about why you shouldn't be doing this or whatever, and I chose not to, because there was some things that they said. If I would have said something, it would have like blown up way out, and my kids would have been mad, and we would have started a day in a bad light, in a bad way. So I didn't say anything. I kind of held I held back, and I'm glad I did, because then they started going through like, why do we have A, B, C, D, or why do we have A, B, C, D, and F grades? And then they went to E, and they were like, well, why don't we have A, B, C, D, E? Why doesn't it just go right to F like it does? Well, apparently in like the 20s or the 30s, we used to have that. It used to be grade A, letter grade A, B, C, D, E. But guess what? E was confused. Parents thought that meant excellent, instead of like being a poor grade. So due to the confusion, the school systems and stuff changed that to F, which means failure. And it's not a failure. You get an F on a report card. You get an F on a test, right? It's not a fail. You're not a failure. You're not. Let me be clear with you. Let me be direct. You are not a failure if you get an F on a test in college, in school, whatever. You're a failure if you give up on yourself, if you do not persevere and go above and beyond that, if you don't find a way. So if you gotta talk to the teacher after class, do it. You gotta go to the teacher's office hour in college, do it. You can use these people as references. That they will remember you. They will remember you because you go above and beyond, and that's so important, especially when we go. You get to school and you're looking for work, and you have to get references, professional references. Like two professional, one outside of family or whatever. Your teacher could become a friend of yours, an invaluable person. So let's keep that in mind. You just don't know, and we want to be kind to that other person who steals our pencil, or cuts himself up on the freeway, right? They give us an opportunity, because this is going to happen. This is what it is to be a human, right? So let's remember that. Let's remember that. We're 29 minutes in. I said a lot of good stuff. I'm very excited about how this turned out today. I hope you are too. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. And have a safe environment for your child. Healthy foods, right? For example, my child, there's some stuff going on, like up here, and so those who have mood fluctuations and stuff, that's probably like a fluctuation with hormones. Teenagers and stuff, especially, because they don't know how to like deal with it. It's difficult as adults. You can only imagine as a child. Again, meeting them where they are. And they're not adults. They're not adults. They're the brain doesn't fully develop until age 25 anyway. So let's keep that in mind. But yes, like let's have healthy foods, and that's one of the reasons why I don't eat processed foods. And I'm showing my kids. It starts with you, and you're the one that brings the food in the house. I'm not the one that buys the processed foods. I'm not the one that gets the sugary drinks or the sodas and have breakfast every morning. I don't eat until 4 p.m. that afternoon. I don't eat dinner. I don't eat until dinner time. And I have Greek yogurt and I have berries. I have whole foods. And it's almost been 8 months, YouTube, since I've had any processed foods. That's how I'm able to have this beautiful, well articulated, thoughtful, and funny conversation with you right now. Cheers. Am I right? I mean, come on. Come on. Yes. Yes. Finally, a father, a parent, a man, a male who gets it. Who gets it, right? Come on. Am I right, ladies? Am I right? Come on. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up here because my voice is shot and I'm going to start sweating soon. I got to get out of here and I got to get to work and provide that world-class service. Probably not going to have any help, but whatever. I'm going to give it my all, and that's all you can do. So I talked about the health. I talked about school shopping. I talked about empathy. Be there for them. Never give up on them. If they're having a bad day, a mood, or whatever, that's expected. We do the same, right? But it's important that we have that conversation. It's important that we share time at the dinner table. It's important when you talk to a child and they're in front of a screen that screen and the person that's on that screen, they don't care about that person. They don't care about you like mom and dad does. They don't care about you like your guardian does. Not everyone is with like the last statistic I heard was like 12 only 10 to like 12% of the population have mom, dad, brother, sister, or like that nuclear family of the past. That's not even like that anymore. That's kind of a thing of the past. So that whole family dynamic and what it is to be a family and what that entails is different. It's different. So you just kind of have kind of a broader mind, more of an open mind, more of an indifferent, like that impartial bird that's on the shoulder or whatever. You know, just offering both sides of the argument, and then and then choosing one, having a choice, and then that choice will yield a consequence. Very important. The powerful of choices allow it. So I'm not one that's like, I'm the parent, you're the child, you will listen to me and you will do as I say. That doesn't really help them. That only helps you. That breeds in resentment to the child and that sort of thing, and then you end up having a conflict instead of a connection. There's opportunity there. There's opportunity. There's always opportunity. You just got to look for it. Um, and so, yeah, that's let's see what else. I want to make sure I got everything here. It's very important. Healthy foods talked about. They yield hormonal responses, like I talked about. And the blood sugars go up and down and crazy, right? If you're eating the processed foods, you eat something, and you're not satiated, or you're not full. You're not getting that satiation. It's like, okay, I've eaten enough. I've eaten enough. That's why you can have like bowl after bowl of cereal versus like 3, 4, 5 steaks. You just don't like, you're gonna get full because you're actually eating real human food. That's why I say to my kids, and that's what I do. If it's up on all fours, if it grows from the ground, if it drops from the tree, or flies in the sky, or swims in the lakes or oceans or something, that's probably a good thing to eat. And there's no ingredients list. There's no ingredients list. There's no package. There's no label. There's no ingredients list. It's just what it is. For example, an apple doesn't have an ingredients column on there. Apple sauce does. Different. It's a different hormonal response. So if you want more stable moods with your child and yourself, right? You're gonna want to have that. You're gonna want to select foods that have a stable impact on your insulin or your hormonal response. There you go. There you go. Especially if you eat with them. For example, I eat kiwi now. And so when I have a kiwi, I'll slice it up and I'll make an announcement to my kids. Hey, I'm having a kiwi. You want to join me? These are fantastic. Athletes eat them, right? They're in sports and that sort of deal. So I'm like, this is what they eat too. Daddy eats the same foods they do. Form fits function. And like, oh no, Dad, I don't want it. And it's like, well, at least they know Dad's eating it. They know that. So there's consistency there. There's leading by example there. There is progress over perfection there. Because I wouldn't have normally said, hey, do you wanna try this? And if you present them in a different way, if you present it to the child in a different way, they might eat it. They might eat it. Or you can negotiate in a way also. It's like, hey, there's 2 carrots left on your plate. I'll eat one and you eat one. And then they see you eat it first because you model the behavior, and then they will follow. So there you go. Boom. There it is. And that's and closing point here, closing argument is that you will fail. I fail all the time. It's okay. It's part of the process. But you're going to get back up again. It builds resilience. It does. It's not easy. It's not. It's really not. Especially not easy. But if you want it and you keep attacking it every day in your progress and you're not after perfection because it drives you wicked crazy, this is how you can do it. And that's all I have, YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me, Iris. Thank you. Thank you, the Animal Secret Agent. I believe you subscribed, and Stella Low 895. Good to see you, everyone out there. Thank you for having the courage to throw yourself out there and let yourself be known with a message. The moderators were on for safety and professionalism. I'm showing up. I got a beautiful shave today. Didn't cut myself. Using the CeraVe. You keep my youthful pinkish hue. Very important. The collared shirt. I'm gonna go deliver a great message and a powerful world-class service today. I'm excited, and I'm a Loud Italian. It's been fun. I had a great time. I hope you did too. I really like covering this, and you know who you recommended this for me to do this last time. So here I am. I'm doing it now. Wink, wink. Like I said yesterday, man of my word. So. Like, subscribe, enable notifications, maybe ring that bell so you don't miss a beat. That really helps me. It helps you, and it helps find a greater audience and find that tribe. Not everyone's going to jive. It's not going to gel with everyone, and that's okay. That's all right. But if I made one connection, if I made one person laugh, if I created something up here where you're learning something new, it was worth it. One heart and mind was worth it. So thank you for connecting with me. I'm glad I connected with you. I'm Loud Italian. It's not goodbye, it's see you later, because goodbye is something you say to someone you don't want to see again, which I'm not going to say to you. I'm going to say see you later. Like, subscribe, enable notifications, and ring the bell. Have a beautiful day. Peace.